everyone, greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan. I'll be joined by Greg Anthony, Tim Legler, and we'll be hearing from our reporter, Allie LaForce, on the sidelines as well. We are in Toronto, live from the home of the Raptors. And, of course, Jaime Jaquez. Since he's out of the picture, the team will have to fill his shoes.
And as shocked as people are that they would trade away a player of his caliber, they didn't just let him go for nothing. I mean, they got a lot in return. I think it's a deal that's going to really help them down the road.
What a matchup we have tonight, Greg, in the front court. I know everyone, you and I included, have been waiting for this one.
And when you got two of the best bigs in the league going at it tonight, it's must-see TV. I can't wait to call this one, guys.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed in there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Over the years, we've seen a lot of this from Davis, playing above the rim.
Here's George. Toronto grabs the miss.
Well, the defense was solid right there, but that's just a missed opportunity at the rim.
And you look at these Rockets, Greg, pretty fearsome on the defensive end.
I mean, great length and athleticism on the wings, and a defensive-minded coach in Ime Udoka. They'll make you work for it, no doubt about it.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe.
Well, AD is just so well-rounded. He plays both sides of the floor, and as a result, he is a leader for this team.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor, not even close to being a legal screen.
Well, my feeling is you just want to make sure it's called consistently both ways.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Levine.
Well, you can't let that happen. That seems like a mental mistake.
Here's Houston now. It's a three-point game. The three from George. And Davis pulls it down.
Well, he better focus now. His efficiency is dropping, but there's enough game left to make corrections.
Now here's Levine. His scoring average of about 32.5 points a game tells you all you need to know about how dangerous a player he can be. Shot clock at 3. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. So it's the Rockets now. They trail by 3. Pass to Nembhard. Outside, George. The Rockets with another miss.
That's 20% now from the field. What a cold start.
To the inside. And it's Davis finishing it off.
And we've seen this movie before. Davis moves with authority and attacks the rim.
Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
I caught up with Coach Darko Rajakovic. I asked about what he was planning to do about the athletic and energetic Evan Mobley. Coach said, "My guys have studied the reports, we've reviewed the film, we are as prepared for him as we can be. Now, if our whole team could also grow another 3 inches, then we'd really be in good shape." Coach had jokes, but he also has a plan. Kevin, back to you.
And Allie, thanks so much. And George, here we go. Here's Garnett. That one's off, still out of sync. Toronto leading by 7. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Toronto working the ball around now. Kick out to Levine. Fires top of the key. And it's slammed in by Davis.
Yeah, I love the work ethic there by AD. He just committed to out-hustling everybody.
And an intentional foul right there.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Pass to Prosper. Garnett. The Rockets with another miss. Now, here's Siakam. Ivy on the wing. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Garnett outside. Here's Prosper. Back to Garnett. There's the pick. The three from George. Drills it from outside. George has got 5 points so far. Over to the wing. Siakam inside. And Siakam throws it down.
And those are two loud points. Siakam flushes it without much effort.
And despite all the accolades, GA, is it possible that Pascal Siakam is underrated?
Absolutely. Spicy P is one of the best two-way players in the league. Exceptionally versatile, and his impact goes beyond his impressive stat line.
Pick off in midair. Here's Champagnie. Off target from outside. Raptors leading by 6. And Siakam has it in the corner. Shoots the three. Good on the triple. Siakam's got his third basket of the night right there.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
And Garnett misses. And so Siakam will bring it up for the Toronto Raptors. Three-pointer. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Well, unless the defense adjusts, I don't see any change here. He has flat out taken over this game with his scoring.
Now here's Garnett. Siakam pulls it in. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Barnes outside. Good, and a nice assist from Siakam. And the Raptors lead by 15.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
And it's slammed in by Garnett.
And how about the power there from KG? He can fly with the best of them.
And it's Davis missing. No good on the shot. The first quarter concludes in a double-digit lead on the scoreboard. Raptors lead by... Houston, 9. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in a second. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for Toronto.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
Well, don't forget about their scoring in the open floor. They've been getting a lot of production on their break.
Outside, Green. Levine feeling it out a bit. And it's Hayes in the corner. And the foul called on Toumani Camara. That is his first foul of the game. Outside, Levine.
Great anticipation defensively. He saw the ball coming before it even left the passer's hands.
Raptors leading by 13. Pass to Hayes. And Hayes throws it down.
In that tight, with that much of an advantage height-wise, there's just not a lot the defense can do.
Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
And no doubt they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
And that deficit will go away quickly if he does, Greg. The kick out to Porter. And that comes off. The assist by Levine. Porter's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession. Second quarter, we're a little over a minute and a half in. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allie.
Thank you, Kevin. Raptors coach Darko Rajakovic explained what he's looking for on the offensive end. He said, quote, it's unselfishness, ball and body movement, playing together and making each other better. Also, you have to be able to adjust. Basketball is not set in stone. If it was, it would be a recipe. Back to you guys.
Yeah, you got to roll with the punches. Thank you, Allie. And the wide open shot from Green. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
Yeah, and you can see the competitive fire right there by Draymond Green. He wanted to come right back at him with a three of his own.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. And Levine puts up a deep three. Rebounded by Anthony. Rockets trailed by 14. Houston moving the ball around. Stolen by Levine. And the rebound goes to the Rockets.
Wow, that's embarrassing. Come on. Just put the ball in the hole.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim. And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's ready to talk things through with them. once led the NBA in three-point percentage, and in my mind's eye, I can see almost every shot. You were terrific shooting the long ball.
Well, Kevin, I don't want to show my age, but do you know, after 4 years of high school and 2 years of college, making 25-foot-2s, I finally had a three-point line going into my junior year, and I'm just glad I had a three-point line for my entire NBA career.
Yeah, it's a tough transition to make to stretch out and go those extra couple feet.
No doubt. I was not ready to make NBA level threes when I first came out of college. A year overseas really helped me gain strength, and finally I found my rhythm in the NBA.
And so the timeout taken here by Ime Udoka. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Raptors leading by 13. Here's Levine. Makes it off the glass. Levine's got his second bucket of the night.
Good job by Levine fighting for that position.
Whitehead's shot is off.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Levine double team. There's Green with the three. And that comes off the assist by Levine. Green's got 6.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's good on the putback.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
On the wing, Green. Beyond the arc. Drops in the tray. 9 points in the game so far.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter, and now you can see him getting into a rhythm. And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, it's the power of the two-man game. After all these years, it's still the most difficult set to defend.
And we all know what an incredible athlete Levine is, using those physical tools to draw the defense's attention.
Taking 2 shots.
And so Levine nails both of them. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Substitution on the court. 2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Outside, George. And George with the stuff.
Well, he's got great length for a wing. At 6'8", he can just get to the rim whenever he wants.
Ivy, no one around him. Oh, good with the triple. Rockets trailed by 17. Nembhard. And the layup is good.
That was big because they dug a big hole in the first quarter, but starting to show signs of life.
Davis, that's for 2. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. Davis has got 9 points.
And Davis is truly a do-it-all big man. That time showing you that jump up.
And it's George finishing it off.
And that's not nearly the kind of defense that's going to prevent a player of his ability from scoring.
Outside for Davis. They swipe it. And even 3-on-3 break. George, that's a 2-pointer. Siakam pulls it in.
Well, he got the shot he loves, and the defense should honestly be relieved. He didn't punish them for being a little bit soft there in the mid-range.
Ivy. And the rebound goes to the Rockets. And George, here we go. And it's George finishing it off.
Well, he's a little bit older now, but Paul George showing you he still has great verticality.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Go for a different look here. And so the timeout taken here by Ime Udoka. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Here's Ivy. He gets it up. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And we finished one half of basketball. It's the Raptors. They lead by 13. We'll be back shortly, live from Toronto. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. And George hits the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
First game foul.
Outside, Levine.
You just enjoy watching Garnett be the aggressor on defense. A tall, wily guy who forces you to take tough shots.
And the foul on Cam Reddish. That is his first foul of the game.
First game foul.
George looking over the floor. It's stolen by Davis.
And how about the read on that play right there?
Wow, what a play!
Unbelievable!
And there's a reason Levine was a back-to-back champ at the slam dunk contest. He doesn't waste an opportunity to put on a show.
And that one's good, George.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
When someone is rolling like this, just keep feeding him. That's just great coaching.
We're now joined by our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce. Allie, it's all yours.
Hey, Kevin. R.J. Barrett, the son of a pro hoops player, he said, quote, as a youngster, my dad programmed me to be aggressive. He always told me, go to the rim, live in the paint. When you do that, you not only score, but you force the whole defense to collapse, and you can make easy plays to hit shooters. Kevin?
Playing with purpose. Allie, as always, we appreciate your reporting. And George, here we go. Pass to Nembhard. Here's Garnett. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
That's a cold start out of the break. Only one of his first four has he gotten to go.
Outside, Davis. 6 on the shot clock. Fades. And it's Bryant with the rebound. Rockets trail by 14. To the middle. Here's Kamara.
They've worked hard to get this lead. Can't start giving up easy slams all of a sudden.
Yeah, GA, that's right. And that was easy. Gift wrap for him.
That's the kind of play that can spark a run. A dunk like that energizes everyone on the team.
It's always a good sign when the three is falling for Davis. It really opens up the rest of his game.
Garnett wide open. Tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good.
And it just feels like his poor shooting has been contagious to his entire team as they find themselves trailing.
And it's George missing. Raptors leading by 15. Outside, Levine. Davis up top. Shoots over Kamara. And it's Davis missing. And so George will bring it up for the Houston Rockets. And George with this stuff.
And he is such a versatile scorer. And once Paul George finds his rhythm, he is very difficult to contain.
Pass to Davis. Launches it. And the Raptors miss again.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
It's Garnett on the wing. Again, the Rockets score.
Just a knockdown shooter. Garnett so good with the ball in his hand.
Outside, Levine. It's Davis on the wing. That's good, and it's Levine with the assist. Davis has got 6 in the quarter.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Kicks it out to Garnett. Wants to get it to Bryant and does. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's going to be on Siakam. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. Scoring breakdown for Toronto.
Well, I've been impressed with the ball movement all game long. They're really looking to just make that extra pass.
Yeah, they have been dialed in from deep. The three-pointer has been there all night for them.
When you think about elite offensive players, Tim, what's one area that can really put them over the top and into a completely different category?
I think it's those guys that have a willingness to move without the basketball. If you have a willingness to run and cut and re-space, it's going to create a lot of problems for a defense.
Has that even become more of a thing now as you watch these high-octane space and pace type offenses?
There is no question it's become something that's a priority for teams now, and I also think the ingenuity of these young coaches creates a better flow offensively if you're willing to run without the basketball.
That's terrific. And so the timeout taken here by Ime Udoka. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. Now Porter. He has 6. Pass to Shepard. Offline with his 3. Rockets trailed by 11. And a nice shot by Bryant. Bryant's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
It's deflected. And as it goes out of bounds, Houston able to keep the ball.
And always a bit of risk on those long passes. Lucky the D couldn't come up with it there.
Pass to Prosper. Takes the 3. It's hauled in by Michael Porter. Raptors leading by 9. The offensive skill set for Karl Anthony Towns, Greg is a 7-footer, is very special, to say the least.
And the outstanding shooting, the post play, and he's worked on his defense. He may never be elite at that end, but he ignites an offense.
Shepard, that's good.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range. Yeah, good job to take it right at them.
Rockets have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Right side, Porter. And he uses the glass on the lane. Porter's got 8 points.
And he's just adept at scoring in so many ways. It's clear Porter very comfortable operating inside.
I'm surprised he missed that one. He is a dangerous guy to leave open.
Inside. And Hayes throws it down.
Yeah, nice job right there by Ivy, keeping his head up.
And the basket by Prosper.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Now, here's Ivy. No scoring in this one. Bryant comes with the double team. Just 5 on the clock. Hits it from three-point range. And the Raptors lead by 16.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented.
Put it down hard!
Watch out below. Woo!
And I got to say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim.
67.
And so it's Toronto.
53.
And 1 quarter to go. In a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And so George will bring it up for the Rockets. It's a 14-point game. It's stolen by Shepard. It's Porter outside. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
Barnett outside. That falls. Nice speed that time from George.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single three-pointer in that first half.
They kick it out to Green. This one for 3. And again, it's Toronto with the 3.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
A little over a minute of the 4th quarter gone right now. Ivy with it. Just 5 to shoot. They're outside. He's off on that one. Rockets trail by 17. The shot by Nimhard and nobody around. No good from outside. And here's Ivy. And he makes that one.
Oh, wow. Ivy showing you great touch.
And George, here we go. Can't hit the reverse layup. Raptors leading by 19. And there's the drive. No one near Shepard as he lets it go. Off target with his 3. From deep, George. Offensive rebound. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And the timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. That's a 2 from Towns. The Rockets with another miss. And the Raptors with possession. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin in the game. Here's Davis. And no good. Trying to use the glass.
He had the right idea going to the fadeaway, but the defender stayed right on it.
continuing to impress as a playmaker. George's ability to facilitate an offense is one of his many strengths.
That's for Smart. Over in the corner, Reddish. Toronto working the ball around now. Outside, Smart. It's stolen by Nembhard. Here's George. And it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, that's Paul George that time, looking at the defense, finding a crease, and then taking advantage of it.
Levine for three. Count it, number 5 from the floor this game. He's now 5 of 11.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Well, they certainly have the shooters to do it. It's just about finding that rhythm.
Reddish. No good on the triple. George with the ball. Out guarded by Smart. KG, that's good.
And what I love about his performance tonight, he started slow, but he refocused at halftime. And he has really picked it up.
And the timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He knows every possession is critical now. Toronto leading by 16. Here's Levine. And he drives in. Garnett with the block. Outside, George. Floats one up. Towns. Another shot. And it misses.
Well, the defense challenged him just enough to force that miss. They really collapsed when he got close to the rim.
Here's Davis. 5 to shoot. Outside, Siakam. George fires. Off target from outside.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
And Toronto turns it over again.
Yeah, that's a pass he's got to catch. Maybe just starting to relax a little too much with that lead.
Stolen by Levine. Outside, Siakam. Paul George with the steal. Oh, Garnett polishing off the fast break.
Well, he's always been an elite defender, and that time you see Paul George using the active hands to trigger a break.
Up again. Oh, sticks the putback.
Oh, man, just beast mode on the glass there. He was not going to be denied on that play.
Now Siakam. All alone. And yeah, it's good.
And on the offensive end, Siakam is so efficient. He makes a constant effort to find the open man.
Towns. Davis pulls it down. And it's Davis with the ball for Toronto. Earlier in the game, they had a 19-point lead. Levine outside. Let's lose a 3. And they'll get another chance.
Oh, great job there, tracking down the long rebound, and the clock will continue to run. And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority. Very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Raptors.
They really lit it up in this one. Fantastic offensive performance.
Definitely just simply shot the ball well. One of those games to be proud of.
And on the year, looking at their record, this game will make it 49 wins.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And guys, one of the steady and outstanding players putting in another impressive performance. It was a big-time outing for Zach LaVine.
He just looked like an orchestrator out there. His teammates kept running to the open spot, and he found them time and time again.
Impressive job by the players, coaches, and don't discount the impact of these fans.
Yeah, the atmosphere in this arena has been unbelievable. Great all-around effort by everyone to put this game away.
4 on the clock. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Rockets ball.
And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big margin. Hello, fans. Welcome to this presentation of the NBA Sunday night action right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. And roaming the sideline for tonight's game, our Allie LaForce. It's the home of the Rockets as we are live from Houston, Texas. And, of course, Jaime Jaquez. This is their first game without him.
And as shocked as people are that they would trade away a player of his caliber, they didn't just let him go for nothing. I mean, they got a lot in return. I think it's a deal that's going to really help them down the road.
That's insane quickness by Zach LaVine. Hard to keep up with him off the dribble.
DB, when we get a game like this, East versus West, you know this place will be rocking.
Oh, it's going to be so much fun, Kevin, because if you're a fan, you look at the schedule and you're circling certain dates. You absolutely bought your tickets months ago. This is going to be special.
The three from George. That doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Ime Udoka. I asked him if he's focused on a particular player in the opposing lineup, and coach stressed the message he delivered to his team about Pascal Siakam. It was simple. Don't bite on his spin move. He doesn't want his guys falling for Siakam's tricks in the low post. Kevin, back to you.
All right, Allie, thanks. Now here's LaVine. After the miss from Karl Anthony Towns, Davis buries the 20-footer.
And this team wants Davis looking to score and putting pressure on the defense.
Here's George, and it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, nice, strong finish on the inside.
But, Greg, that's what he does. He's got the dunker mentality. Over in the corner, Reddish. That three off the mark. And here are the Rockets. And you look at these Rockets, Greg, pretty fearsome on the defensive end.
I mean, great length and athleticism on the wings, and a defensive-minded coach in Ime Udoka. They'll make you work for it, no doubt about it.
Here's LaVine. Paul George making his last shot. That shot missing.
You know, you'd love to see him pull that off, but instead he goes from highlight reel to the bloopers.
And Towns gets it to go.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Pass to Reddish. Will it go? Rockets with the rebound. George looking over the floor. And Nembhard has it in the corner. Kamara with it. Oh!
And beginning to take charge of this game. This could be a crucial point.
Well, working hard, building out a small lead, but you can't afford any kind of letdown here.
Now here's Davis. Right now he averages nearly 23 points a game, a relentless offensive force.
And look at Davis driving in with aggression and taking it right to the rack for the jam.
Here's Garnett. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound.
Boy, just tremendous effort on defense. That's a clear message from him. No easy buckets.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Now, here is George. He's a guy we see deliver on a nightly basis, averaging about 24.5 points a game. For the three, it's not going to go for him.
Well, you can see they are willing to absorb some of these open shots from this guy because, obviously, another miss here.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's ready to talk things through with them. teams will make substitutions. Raptors trailed by 5. And here's Ivy. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Deflects the pass. 5 on the clock. Nifty move. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, that's called doing the little things necessary to become a more prolific scorer. Barnes with the tricky up fake. Nice.
Barnes hits them both. Rockets leading by 3. Outside, George. And George with the stuff.
You see an opportunity if you're Paul George, say the athleticism's still a part of who I am.
Here's Ivy. Into the lane. That one's no good. 0 of 1 to begin the game. And they double up Garnett. It's stolen by Reddish. Right side, Davis. And the call will be against Kevin Garnett. That's foul number 2 for him.
That's his second foul of the first quarter, and they may want to sit him for a while to avoid number 3.
Pass to Barnes. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Well, explosive inside. When playing with a high energy level, Barnes earning himself a trip to the free throw line.
He doesn't get the second one. Rockets leading by 4. Outside for George. 1:25 left to play in the first quarter. It's a hand on it. Five to shoot. And it's George finishing it off.
And after all the injuries, setbacks, you see the elevation Paul George has. That is impressive.
Trying to get open is Davis.
Just so fast. I mean, it's like trying to stop a train when he's coming in for the slam.
George in the post. A 3-ball. It's hauled in by the Raptors.
I'll tell you, that's one he typically will make. The defense gets away with one.
Pass to Reddish. And here is Davis. The kick out to Barnes. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Now just a 1-point Rocket lead.
It's a big part of what makes Harrison Barnes tick, right? Spot up shooting off the catch, one of his truly strong suits.
Takes it inside, and he lays it straight in. And it's 8 points for Harrison Barnes.
And offensively right now, each team is getting what it wants.
Yeah, this is already a high-scoring game, but we knew that was a possibility coming into this one.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And a chance for just a second to check out the scoring breakdown for the Rockets.
They've been so aggressive, going strong at the defense, looking to score off of that penetration.
Yeah, and what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
Back to Levine. And Levine throws it down.
Oh, what a finish by Zach LaVine. Off his feet in a hurry, folks.
And now, Allie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Thanks, Kevin. The Rockets have become a fearsome defensive team, and Coach Ime Udoka said, our young guys were tired of losing, and they bought into it. A huge part is just shifting the mentality and doing our part on that end. Understanding how much that impacts winning, it is a non-negotiable for me. Kevin?
They've clearly bought in. Allie, we appreciate the report.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when the legal screen is set.
And the Rockets with possession here, following the miss by Michael Porter from deep. And Zach LaVine pulls it down. Pass to Smart. Back to LaVine. And here we go. Towns heading to the hoop. Towns throws it down.
Well, don't sleep on the foot speed of Karl Anthony Towns. He's a factor in transition.
And LaVine, here we go. Over in the corner, Green. Here's Porter. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Porter's got the lead up to 4 now for the Raptors.
And there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Now here's Towns. He's got 9. And there's the foul. It's on Towns. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
And here's LaVine, who brings it up for the Raptors. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. And the basket by Kamara.
We have seen more than just a willingness from Cole Anthony to share the basketball. We've seen a real aptitude in this regard.
Back to LaVine. On the wing, LaVine. Back to Hayes. Kick out to LaVine. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off the shot. 24-second violation. The Rockets trail. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Here's Anthony. Got a piece of it.
This guy is an absolute menace on the defensive end. Marcus Smart with the rejection.
And again, no good by Toronto. Here's Kamara. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Now here's Green. Scoreless thus far. Smart wide open. He fires. And one way players look to expand their game, adding counter moves to keep defenders off balance. Greg, what was something you added that really gave defenders pause?
You know, the snatchback pull-up, you know, using your speed to kind of get the defender going downhill, and then you slam on the brakes and just create that separation to then go into attack mode.
And he comes up with the deuce. LaVine's got 6 points.
Yeah, LaVine, not a guy you want to concede that mid-range game to. So skilled in that area.
Here's Whitehead. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game. Anthony. Off with the layup. And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline.
Every timeout, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
And the guys get a little bit of a break. Mentally, physically, just recharge here quickly.
Some changes for Toronto. Now, Ivy. Outside, Davis. Ivy can't get the putback. George with the ball. And it's Reddish picking him up. The Raptors with the lead. When it comes to underappreciated players, Doris, in the league, Pascal Siakam comes to mind.
You know, Kev, underrated is a word you have to be careful with because these guys are all NBA players. but Pascal Siakam is always available. He's a two-way force. He can score in many kinds of systems, and he is going to absorb an elite defensive assignment. This guy is so good.
Nobody near George. Knocks down the three ball. He's got 13.
Oh, he is absolutely unstoppable right now. Paul George in rhythm. Look out.
And Davis can't get it to go.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And Garnett misses. It's a close game here in Houston. Next up on the schedule, the Grizzlies. That'll be a home game. That'll be the latter half of this two-game homestand.
Yeah, and a dangerous trend here as they're starting to live and die with outside shots.
And it's the Raptors' ball. Pass to Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
And he'll get ahead of steam when there's that much of a lane. You can't get in AD's way.
Hits the mark. George, no good. And it's Davis with the ball for Toronto. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Siakam outside. Raptors moving the ball around.
Well, Pascal Siakam has the ability to play on the inside and score with that length.
From deep, George gets that one through the hole, make him now 7 of 13 in this game.
That's the second long-range bomb in the quarter after a slow first period. He is on a roll.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Back to Ivy. Just 5 to shoot. And he banks in the layup. Ivy's got his second bucket. Well, guys, this first half has been about as tightly contested as you could hope for.
There have been a lot of lead changes.
With a score, your Rockets.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. It's the Raptors. They're up by 1. And join us right back here after the break for the start of the second half. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Pass to Davis. Here's Levine. Now, here's Reddish. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Reddish has got the first points of the second half here for the Raptors. Left side, George. Shoots the three. Anthony Davis grabs the miss.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Over to the left wing. Now, here's Reddish. Fires for three. That one doesn't go. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway. Here's George. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Well, Paul George is a difficult defensive assignment precisely for this reason. He's going to force you into contact.
And so he hits both.
This guy is such a professional, right? Goes about his business in a highly consistent way.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie Laporte.
Thanks. R.J. Barrett, the son of a pro hoops player. He said, quote, as a youngster, my dad programmed me to be aggressive. He always told me, go to the rim, live in the paint. When you do that, you not only score, but you force the whole defense to collapse, and you can make easy plays to hit shooters. Guys, back to you.
Playing with purpose. Allie, as always, we appreciate your reporting.
Oh, Paul George, let him hear you with that finish. That is nicely done.
Kicks it out to Siakam. Stolen by George. Nembhard with it. Picked up by Davis. KG, that's good.
Well, the fifth player in NBA history to log more than 50,000 minutes. KG still getting it done inside.
And again, no good by Toronto.
Boy, that's an example of a player taking what the defense gives you, just doesn't work out in his favor, right? He misses the shot.
Basket counts. Now it's a 5-point Houston lead.
Yeah, very efficient. Paul George is a finisher in the painted area.
And the jam by Levine.
Oh, just solid on the one-handed slam.
And guys, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball. Right around 3 minutes into the second half.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
Boy, in a tight game like this, that can change the whole tone. It helps your opponent get into a little bit of a rhythm. 80% shooting to start the third, 4 for 5.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Towns wide open. Anthony Davis with the rebound. Raptors trail by 4. In the corner, it's Levine. Outside, Smart. There's 3-pointers off the mark. And there's the drive. A shot by Nembhard, no good. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
Now, here's Reddish on the wing, Davis. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
Boy, an unfortunate mix-up right there. Cost them a possession.
Rockets leading by 4. Left side, George. Lays it up off the glass. George has got 8 here in the quarter.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guy. And so the timeout taken here by Ime Udoka. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. Raptors trail by 6. Out left to the wing. Ivy with it. Back to Hayes. Whitehead with the rebound. And here are the Rockets. They're on a 13-4 run right now. From about 19 feet, it's rebounded by Hayes. Here's the Raptors with the ball. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
2 minutes.
Now, here's Ivy. Hayes in the post. Makes it off the glass.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
It's Anthony with the drive. Porter with the steal. Raptors moving the ball around. Pass to Ivy. 6 to shoot. It's up a 3. And Michael Porter good for 3. Now just a 1-point Houston lead.
And such a sharpshooter from outside the arc. Porter just superb at knowing when to fire from deep.
Now here's Bryant. Still yet to score.
3-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
Pass to Hayes. Back to Ivy. They kick it out to Green. Cuts off the pass. And here we go. Fast break. Bryant's got it. Here's Prosper. And it's out of bounds to the Rockets as Houston retains possession. And so the timeout taken here by Ime Udoka. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. And so the timeout taken here by Ime Udoka. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. And it's the Rockets with the ball. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Shot clock at 5. A nice shot by George.
Boy, bringing tremendous energy right now, and his teammates are absolutely feeding off it.
And so George will bring it up for the Rockets. 6-point lead. From downtown, here's Garnett. And the last-second attempt doesn't fall. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the
Raptors, 44.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. Rockets leading by 6. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Cam Reddish.
When health has been there for Paul George, he has been one of the great two-way guys in the league. Very capable scorer and can take on tough assignments.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
And Davis throws it down. Great game for him. Double-double down. 10 points and 10 rebounds. Now here is George. Outside, Towns. Just 4 to shoot. Can't hit that one. Raptors trail by 5. Outside, Levine. Pass to Davis. Kicks it out to Siakam. Shoots over Towns. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Rockets leading by 5. Outside, George. And George with the stuff.
the ball on the floor and drive it. Balances out his shooting. So important to have both.
Levine can't hit.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
A clear look for George. Gets to the corner and buries it. George has got the lead up to 9 now for the Rockets. There's Levine.
Well, multiple-time winner of the slam dunk contest, Levine has got a creative streak.
Here's George.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark.
Such a big-time athlete, Levine makes the hardest moves look easy.
From deep, George drills it from outside. George has got 10 points in the quarter.
Another reason why they're up, just taking what the defense giving him here.
Rockets leading by 10. And Davis pulls it down. Levine looking around. Left side, Davis. And it's slammed in by Davis.
And when Davis gets going, you are in trouble because he will just power through you to get to his spots.
Now, here's George. Here's Garnett. And it's slammed in by Garnett.
Inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. And Darko Rajakovic calls timeout. He knows every possession is critical now. Right now, let's take a second to catch up with Allie LaForce on the sideline.
I was able to listen in on what Darko Rajakovic was going over with his team. He said to them, "You guys look defeated out there. Wake up. This game is far from over, but I need you all to believe that. I need you to fight for one another right now."
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that. And Toronto making a change. And timeout is called by Ime Udoka. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team. Raptors trail by 10. Here he goes. And slam dunk by Ivy.
I love when Ivy is aggressive on offense because he's so effective playing downhill.
Here's Whitehead. Siakam pulls it in. And Siakam has got the ball here for the Toronto Raptors. And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Outside, Davis. It's Ivy. Davis sets a screen. Towns with the steal. And it's the Rockets on the break. Now Garnett. Oh, and he cannot get the layup.
Boy, he hasn't helped them much tonight, but they've gotten a lot of productivity from other players.
And Toronto turns it over again.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Now George launches it. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Davis pulls it down.
Boy, defense has to feel fortunate there. That's one he normally knocks down.
And for his position, Davis, a solid distributor. He's one of the league's most unique players.
Outside, Nembhard. George sets a screen. Davis pulls it down. A Raptors trailed by 6. And he jams it in.
Stepping up, Davis is a fantastic option late. You know, with that height and skill set, he's going to get a good look.
Davis pulls it down. And Toronto has possession. Ivy outside. Puts it right back up and in.
What a gutsy shot. Jaden Ivey delivers down the stretch.
And that one falls for Ivy.
And when the pressure mounts, he is absolutely someone they can rely on.
Now, here's George. Here's Kamara. Outside George. 18 feet away. Can't get it to go. And it's Davis with the ball for the Toronto Raptors. It's a one-point game. .32 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Outside, Siakam. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time.
Oh, in a close game like this, that is the kind of mental lapse you have to avoid.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those so they can get into the penalty.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game.
They're getting beat up pretty badly out there.
I don't care what anybody says. You can't keep the status quo. If it ain't working, you've got to make some changes.
See, I don't think you could teach that. Paul George going right into contact. You love that aggressiveness.
And Toronto making a change. He's off on the free throw, unable to get that second one to drop in.
Points are an absolute must here.
And no time to waste. Not at this point in the game.
And that one sends the bench into a frenzy.
I'll tell you, these guys have worked so hard together. Everyone pulling in the same direction. Beautiful to watch.
He sinks the clutch free throw. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line. And it's a 2-point ball game.
That's just clutch work, really. That's all you can say. A little bit of D now, and they'll be out of here with the win.
And Darko Rajakovic calls timeout. This is a huge moment, folks, in this game. And he wants to be prepared. In terms of strategy here, any thoughts?
And with a couple seconds still on the clock, I try to get the ball in as close to the basket as possible. That way, if you miss a quick one, you may have time for a putback to tie it at the buzzer.
Ivy. And so it's a narrow victory for Houston, pulling it out for the double. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
And there are so many times when you see these tight games won at home, that advantage of having that crowd behind you oftentimes is the ultimate X factor.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you exciting NBA action. I'm Brian Anderson, and with me tonight, Grant Hill and Tim Legler. And down on the sidelines is Allie LaForce. And, of course, Jaime Jaquez. This is their first game without him.
Yeah, it's a big loss for them. He's a guy who can influence outcomes. He's that good a player, and they'll need others to step up while they're figuring out the new roles.
Here's Davis. And that's good. His first bucket of the game. We've had this one circled on our calendars. Two great teams with stars leading the way, Grant.
Oh, B.A., tonight is what the NBA is all about. Elite teams with top-end talent. And that's given this game almost a playoff feel. With two hands on the rock, he powers it through.
Totally in control, protecting the ball the whole way. Here's Levine. And the dunk by Levine.
So good at getting elevated. Levine rises up and hammers it down.
Here's George. Pass to Garnett. Towns outside. Stolen by Davis. Outside Reddish. Kicks it out to Siakam. Here's the three. That shot is off.
That's his shot. And one, I'm sure, he wants back.
Here's George. And the jam by George.
Well, Paul George saw an opening on his way to the rim, and he just took it.
Outside Reddish. Siakam outside. Clock at 6. Rockets with a rebound.
Well, the defense did just enough to force that miss because he is a good finisher.
You know, Grant, for a guy who started playing basketball at age 17, Siakam has put together quite the resume.
Yeah, B.A. Pascal is a champion. He's got multiple All-Star and All-NBA selections, and one of the great developmental stories when you think about his discovery through basketball without borders.
Levine with it, and Kamara picks him up defensively. Pass to Siakam. Levine with it. Outside Reddish. Here's Smart. Drops in the layup for two.
I like watching Smart get it done inside. He is such a fearless competitor.
Here's George. And he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for two. And it's exceptional, the level of commitment that Ime Udoka has inspired from this Rockets team, Grant.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, he's a player's coach, but very demanding, and he holds everyone accountable. It's all about professionalism and purpose.
And that's why you don't want to foul a guy like him. He is going to make those free throws.
Siakam outside. And then Siakam with the jam.
He's just such a long and powerful player. I mean, once Siakam gets inside like this, he's ready to jam.
George scanning the floor. Out left to the wing. Here's Garnett. And it's good as he snugs it right through the net.
When we talk about wings in the NBA, George is as good as anyone passing the rock. And that's the sauce right there. I mean, every night. Levine approaches the rim like it's a dunk contest. If you don't want to stop the clock right there, I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Pass to Champagny. And here's George. High arcing shot. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Garnett. Rebound, Anthony Davis. On the wing, Ivy. Into the lane. Kicks it out to Barnes. Pass to Reddish. From the arc. Nails it from 3.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Here's Garnett. Here's Champagny. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Oh, what a performance offensively.
They're really rolling at that end. Excellent game plan.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
I caught up with Coach Darko Rajakovic. I asked about what he was planning to do about the athletic and energetic Evan Mobley. Coach said, my guys have studied the reports, we reviewed the film, we are as prepared for him as we can be. Now, if our whole team could also grow another 3 inches, then we'd really be in good shape. Coach had jokes, but he also has a plan. B.A.?
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Here's Garnett. 3-pointer off the mark. Siakam outside. Outside Davis. Outside Barnes. This one for 3. Another shot. And Hayden lays it in.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
George outside. There's a screen. Takes it inside. No good. And they can't put it into the drought.
Well, protecting the rim, plays like that really bolster your defense. Well, that's a tough rebound there to secure, but he put all of his size in there in order to secure it.
Gotta like the momentum on George's drive. Cutting into the defense and clearing himself a path.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. And so here is Toronto. Pass to Barnes. Drives to the hoop. George with a steal. And it's all tied up. George has got 9.
He's an absolute beast to deal with for the defense. Sometimes he can even leave you feeling helpless.
It's all tied in Toronto.
15. Houston. 15.
And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. You know, you take a look at the Raptors' performance here, guys. What are your thoughts?
Well, you have to love their activity level at the defensive end, racking up those steals.
They've disrupted the offensive flow, and they are making things miserable for any ball handler.
Back to Hayes. Outside Levine. Anthony grabs the board.
He typically dominates that area of the floor. It just didn't drop.
Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
Kicks it out Towns. Here's Prosper. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. Oh, Smart drives. Here's Green. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Here's Whitehead. Driving inside.
It's very difficult to slow him down defensively, especially when you have communication problems.
Well, Tim, you hear about the move to positionless basketball. The Raptors are well equipped.
Yeah, they are loaded with athletic wings and interchangeable pieces, which gives them a high level of versatility.
Back to Green. And he commits the intentional foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
A minute and a half gone in the second quarter. Porter gets the bucket. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Raptors.
Yeah, they're just attacking on defense, getting those hands out and knocking the ball free. I really like their energy defensively.
And then there's the points off turnovers. They've really made the other team pay when they've lacked ball security.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Tim, growing up in the D.C. area, at what point did you fall in love with the sport of basketball?
Well, B.A., the first team I loved were the Washington Bullets in the late 70s with Elvin Hayes. They won that one championship in Washington. But Larry Bird coming into the league in 1980 really changed everything for me. That's when I truly fell in love with the sport, emulating a guy like that.
Greatest player from the DMV?
I guess I'd have to say Kevin Durant, certainly.
And Tim Legler.
Even better answer.
Towns outside. Porter with the steal. Outside Levine. Left side Green. Back to Levine. From deep. And the shot's off. 1 for 2 in this one. Rockets trail by 6. Pass to Anthony. With the drive. Here's Prosper. Fires the 3. And another miss by Houston. It's stolen. In transition, here they come. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Got to give him credit for jumping on the ball and making the most at the other end.
Boy, inexcusable at this point of the game. They got to be more composed in these moments.
And then the thunderous dunk, adding insult to injury.
And just a nice smooth stroke on that 3 from Porter Jr. He knows that shot very well.
Whitehead. And he jams it home with authority.
A dynamic finish, then decides to hang out a little for good measure.
Yep, that's the exclamation point right there. Here's Levine. And some solid defense from Towns. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him.
Timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Making a change here. And so Ime Udoka decides to call timeout. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments. Here's George. And the jam by George.
Well, he's a little bit older now, but Paul George showing you he still has great verticality.
Pass to Barnes. And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
You're not going to fool the officials too often on an illegal screen.
Well, my feeling is you just want to make sure it's called consistently both ways.
They are looking really strong offensively.
Yeah, just terrific momentum. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Here's George. And George with the jam.
Hey, he is such a versatile scorer, and once Paul George finds his rhythm, he is very difficult to contain.
Ivy. And it's good. Fought through contact, hit the shot, and will go to the line. Tim, a top 5 pick in 2022. Jaden Ivey battled inconsistency in his first few seasons.
Well, he is an explosive athlete, and at this level, you can't dominate with speed alone. So he's continuing to put in work, and he's making real strides.
6 to shoot. On the wing, Nimhart. Lets the 3 fly. Rebound, Anthony Davis. Raptors lead by 4. Pass to Ivy. And there's a minute 45 left in the half. Oh, AD just showing off right here.
Anthony Davis sending a message with that finish. Wow.
For three, George. And it's Toronto with a rebound. And here's Ivy. Checking his numbers. He's put up a little over 9 points a game. Here's Davis. Oh, the power! Anthony Davis.
Well, that's AD at his best, playing big and finishing at the rim.
George. Yep, that one goes. George has got 6 here in the quarter.
He is torching a defense that simply has no answers for him.
.46 seconds left to play in the first half. Excellent D there from Siakam. And Davis has got the ball here for the Toronto Raptors. 6-point lead.
What he might lack in height at the 4 spot, he makes up for it with his burst.
And now they decide to foul intentionally. 26 seconds left in the first half of this game. Rebound, Anthony Davis. Raptors lead by 8. To the inside. Strong bucket by Siakam.
And why go away from attacking inside if the D has no answer for you?
Out to the right wing. Bryant outside. Oh, and he hits it at the buzzer.
Makes his selection just in time. Well done.
Takes an incredible amount of focus and concentration. That's making the most of a possession.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Now Levine. It's hauled in by Houston. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Brian. Raptors coach Darko Rajakovic explained what he's looking for on the offensive end. He said, quote, it's unselfishness, ball and body movement, playing together and making each other better. Also, you have to be able to adjust. Basketball is not set in stone. If it was, it would be a recipe. Brian?
Yeah, got to roll with the punches. Thank you, Allie. For 3, George. Rebound, Anthony Davis. The 3. And the Raptors, another 3.
And we've watched it for years, the floor-stretching ability of Levine.
It's George with the drive. Here's Kamara. Ups in the 3. Kamara's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game.
These teams are finding the range, showing a lot of confidence.
Yeah, he was so ready to answer that. These teams are just battling.
Fader on the way. It's hauled in by Garnett.
Yeah, no reason to fade away there.
George outside. Beyond the arc. And that one's off. His 5th miss in 11 tries.
That's a cold start out of the break. Only one of his first 4 has he gotten to go.
Very consistent tonight at the offensive end. Right there, he helps fuel the fire.
Pass to Nembhard. It's George on the wing. 15 points in the game. 5 on the clock. Outside Kamara. Misses the 3.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
And the call will be against Andrew Nembhard. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
On defense, Houston trailing by 13. Right side, Reddish. Shot clock at 6. Here's Levine. Beats the shot clock, but can't get it to fall. And here are the Rockets. And the Defensive Player of the Year for 2025, Evan Mobley. What makes him so formidable, Greg?
Well, you know, he has a similar physical frame to Hall of Famer Kevin Garnett. Long-armed and athletic at 6'11". And the intangibles are all there as far as timing and IQ.
Pass to Kamara. Levine with some nice D. Raptors lead by 13. Levine challenging. And the call will be against Andrew Nembhard. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Levine feeling it out a bit. Reddish on the wing. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. And players these days with great ball handling, but occasionally getting away with a carry at times.
Oh, you know, B.A., the old discontinued dribble. I mean, this might be where tracking cameras could start to help because that's such a tough call for an official to assess in the moment.
Rockets trail by 15. Pass to Towns. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And that one falls for Towns.
And at nearly 7 feet tall, you don't expect Towns to do some of the things he does, like drain threes and make savvy passes. But he's a modern big man.
Smart outside. Outside Davis. 6 on the shot clock. Fade away. It's hauled in by Houston. Pass to Nembhard. Over Smart. The shot by Nembhard, no good.
Yeah, he probably shouldn't have taken that shot there. The defensive intensity was all over.
Grant, you look at some of the rule changes in recent years. Does it seem to you like coaches' challenges are here to stay?
You know, B.A., it does. And I think that's a good thing. You know, I can think of a few calls I would have liked to challenge in my day. So it's a nice option to have.
And so now a timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Houston making some changes. Ivy outside. Got it. Good job in the low post. Ivy's got 5 now.
And when he's scoring inside like that, Ivy is so much more difficult to defend.
Out to Bagley. Houston working the ball around. Here's Anthony. Pass to Bagley. 6 to shoot. Prosper. And another miss by Houston. Now here's Porter. Launches a 3. Nails it from beyond the arc. Give him 8 points now.
The offensive versatility of Porter Jr. is impressive. Able to burn defenses in so many ways.
Knocks down the long J.
Oh, you gotta love the back and forth, showing real confidence at the arc.
And when you give up a 3, there's always this instinct to try and get it back immediately.
Inside. Here's Hayes. It's rebounded by Houston. Pass to Whitehead. 1:10 left to play in the third quarter. Off with the layup to the middle. And it's hammered home by Green.
Well, a lot of miles on those legs, but Green can still get up occasionally to flush it.
Toronto leading by 16. Ivy outside. Driving in. Outside Porter. Shot is up. And there's Toronto with another bucket.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Well, they're making something very difficult look simple right now. Well, if you work the ball inside, it is going to pay dividends.
Pass to Porter. Shoots. And there's Toronto with another bucket. Out of bounds. It'll be Toronto's ball.
Oh, those kinds of unforced mistakes will drive any coach nuts.
There's 6 seconds left in the third quarter. And here's Ivy from the arc. Buries it from 3. And 3 quarters of play in the books. This one's all but over already. Raptors out in front. Just dominating this one. Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Rockets trail by 21. Nembhard, right side. Here's Garnett. And there's a 3-second violation.
Ooh, talk about a way to deflate the team.
A play like that can absolutely take the wind out of your sails. Just a tough break.
Ivy with the ball. He's picked up by Nembhard. Ivy outside. Pass to Porter. From outside, off the mark.
That's exactly how you have to defend him on the perimeter. Can't allow any space.
Toronto leading by 21. And here's Ivy from the arc. That shot, no good. And Houston has possession. Now Towns. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic, rallying his guys to make sure they all know the plan. Some changes for Toronto.
Substitution on the court.
Fourth quarter still young, just over a minute played. George has the open look. The bank shot, no good.
And that was a breakdown defensively, but he couldn't take advantage.
On target from range. That gives him a double-double in this one.
And when it comes to the three, they've been really dialed in here in the second half.
Well, he's got great length for a wing. At 6'8", he can just get to the rim whenever he wants.
Davis a screen. Here's Levine for 3. Second chance shot. Rebounded by Kamara. And so it's George with it. He brings it up for the Rockets. They played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. Pass to Garnett. Launches it. And it's Toronto with a rebound.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Nice move. And so the ball out of bounds. Smart tucks it last.
Yeah, he loses concentration just for a moment. Might be getting a little complacent sitting on this lead.
There's a screen by Kamara. Here's George. And the jam by George.
Yeah, it seems like George could do this all night. He just keeps finding shots.
Now here's Levine. Up top, Davis. Siakam outside. Clock at 6. Right side Davis. And the Raptors miss again.
Well, it's tough to defend those fall-away jumpers. That's about as good a job as you can do.
Stolen by Davis. And the dunk by Levine.
Yeah, and this is Levine's role. I mean, he's out there to score as often as possible.
George with the bucket.
He's shooting well, doing his best to keep this offense in gear, but he hasn't had a lot of support.
Siakam outside. Here's Smart. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It's going to go on Paul George.
And Smart is a very physical player. He doesn't fear getting hit while trying to score.
There are some big-time players in this league, but who do you think the most clutch players have been over the past decade, Legs?
When you look at these resumes, I think you go with the big 3, LeBron James, Steph Curry, and Kevin Durant. But, of course, Giannis dropping 50 in a finals performance wasn't bad either.
And I'll throw in the Joker in there as well.
Love it.
Outside Levine. And they waste no time getting those 3 points back. Levine's got 10 points here in the second half. Rockets trail by 20. George for 3. Rebound, Anthony Davis. Here's Toronto with the ball. And founded back in 2020, the National Basketball Social Justice Coalition still pushing for voting rights and eliminating bias in the justice system. A lot yet to be done, Greg.
Yes, indeed, B.A. And give them a follow. I mean, it's so much important work, and it takes all of us to really create the change we all hope to see.
Here's Levine. And the bucket counts, and he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a 3-point play. Levine, no good on the free throw.
You know, Zach LaVine is so energetic out there on the floor. You gotta love a guy who consistently plays at a very high effort level like that. He almost brought the basket down on top of himself.
Oh, there's hang time, and then there's a time to hang. Back to Smart. From behind the arc. Rockets trail by 20. It's a one-on-one situation.
And that was just moving the ball quickly. And he's rewarded at the end with a high percentage throw.
And they are showing you why it's so important to get up the floor before the defense can set themselves.
Levine, that was good.
Exactly what every offense needs. Shooters who can force the defense to extend.
Yeah, that's how you create that spacing, and that will open up a lot of options offensively.
Raptors lead by 21.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Raptors.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And when we look at their record, this game pushes them to 49 wins.
And I'm sure they're happy to get even for what happened the last time these teams met.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Anthony Davis.
And when he's dominant on the glass, his team benefits in so many ways. He took a lot of pressure off of his teammates tonight.
Clock at 4. Garnett kicks it to George. The 3-ball. And it's Toronto with a rebound.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
And again, Toronto no good. Houston with the ball. Pass to Towns.
Karl-Anthony Towns.
So no problem for Toronto as they get the win. Boy, they were something special to watch tonight, and the crowd loving every second of it.
It's always a great feeling when you play this well for your fans. This team really showed what it's capable of.
And that'll wrap it up, folks.